Hey fellas, I have not forgotten about you, and that is why on today's episode, I'm going to talk about my 4 top favorite male-led podcasts. Number 1, this is like the OG of social media podcasts for me, but the Social Media Examiner podcast, led by Michael A. Stelzner, is definitely a podcast that you should tune into if you have a little bit of curiosity or enjoyment of social media. Why? Because they are literally the glossary of social media. Go to their website and type in LinkedIn marketing, Instagram marketing, Pinterest marketing, and they have tons of blogs because they have contributors from all over the world who are experts in their platforms and in their field. They invite these contributors to speak on their podcast, so you know that you're hearing from experts who really drill down on their area and their platform of choice. In addition to following that, they also put on video conferences, and they have an amazing blog. So this is definitely a group that you want to follow. Number 2, Brendon Burchard. Brendon Burchard, as everyone knows, is a high-performance coach, one of the top-rated in the world. So one of the reasons I love his podcast is because he just has a great energy. He's very good at encouraging people and also being really practical and authentic about his process and the background and what it took, the steps he took to get to where he is. What I really enjoy about his podcast and about his character really is that he seems very down to earth for someone who has achieved his level of success. Number 3, Founder by Nathan Chan. It is very recently that I actually got to know of the organization, the company Founder. I caught wind of Founder when I saw a 40-minute video that they had posted of an interview with e-commerce giant and expert Greta Van Riel. I was so fascinated that she was giving so much information through this interview, and that this was the kind of information that they were willingly giving to the public. Not only that, they are known for their magazine, which is where it all started, which they've had forever, and they also teach online courses to help entrepreneurs. I really enjoy his podcast, and I really enjoy specifically his episode where he talks about how he created Founder. Number 4, Rise and Grind with Daymond John. Of course, you gotta love Daymond John. He is one of the sharks on Shark Tank, and I happen to love that show. And I love his podcast too. He has just such a natural style of interviewing and talking to people and conversing about his journey and the journey of others. So I feel like I learn a lot, and he's just really great at that. Another thing I actually enjoy is that he even interviewed his sponsor. One of the episodes his sponsor was ZipRecruiter, and he actually brought in the CEO of ZipRecruiter and asked him why it was a good product. So I thought that was a different take on how to approach that in a podcast. One of the episodes I definitely recommend is when he interviews another fellow shark, Barbara Corcoran. So there you have it. There are 4 podcasts that you definitely need to be tuning into. And another one you should tune into is my podcast, the Okiki Podcast, which has just launched this week. It is the Okiki Podcast, making inspirational people known. And so far, I have gotten to interview some amazing guests, and it is great to hear their stories and their journeys. And I know that you will gain a lot from tuning in. So everything you need to know of where to find me, you'll find it in the links above on all the platforms that I'm on. And I hope that you'll tune into one of the episodes. And if you like it, please subscribe and leave a rating. Thanks so much. See you next time.